We will not copyright or trademark that. We do not have the rights to this at all. Please do not sue us. Thank
you. Welcome to These Unprecedented Gays, featuring Joe Granelli and Paul Smith. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and review wherever you stream your podcasts. Check us out on Instagram at tugayspod and email us at tugayspod@yahoo.com. We hope you enjoy. Hey, Tuggers and Tuggettes. So we're going to start this episode off on a very serious note.
We're serious.
Yeah, it's very serious.
We're serious, y'all.
We're very serious. We're
super serious. But really, get serious, listeners.
But I want to talk to you, being an Asian man, about the attacks lately on Asian people are in this country, as specifically the attack here not too long ago, the last couple of days in Atlanta at a Cherokee County. 21-year-old man went to 3 different massage parlors to shoot people, and 8 people have died, and 6 of them are women of Asian descent. They had a press conference today, which the police chief said that he did not think it was racially motivated. It was more the guy had a sexual addiction, and the shooter claimed that this was not racially motivated. So yeah, let's let the shooter decide if it's racially motivated or not. Like, that's a good idea. Mm-hmm. And he took responsibility for the shooting. Of course he did. They caught him. And they caught him alive and peacefully. Like, okay, of course you did, because he's white. Mm-hmm. And he understood the gravity of what he did and said he had a bad day. We all have bad days.
Paul, did you have a bad day the other day? And
I had a bad day today, and I wanted to shoot people, but I didn't.
Yeah. I mean, the FBI agents that monitor all of our calls, I'm surprised they haven't come to my door with the amount of times they've been like, oh my God, I could totally kill somebody today. Well, but I don't, obviously.
Exactly, obviously. Person. And the shooter was also said that these were not racially motivated, but that he wanted to eliminate locations he saw as temptations for his sex addiction. Okay. Yeah. And the fact that he sees Asian women doing touch work, like massages and stuff like that, as a temptation, and this is on the heels of the 3 women attacking the Uber driver.
I was just going to say, like, there's been a lot of, recently, a lot of Asian hate crimes.
And you know where this comes from?
No, tell me.
From Trump and his followers talking about it, the coronavirus being a Kung flu, or the Chinese flu, the Chinese virus. You've got this direct correlation of seeing what is happening to this. And this isn't anything new. Mm-hmm. There was just so much other stuff to talk about before, because in the past year, you've seen 3,700 attacks on Asian people. But because we had a lot of like Black Lives Matter and the coronavirus was just starting, and we were, so many other things that were happening, it got pushed to the wayside. Now you're seeing the fact that a man attacked an elderly Asian person on the street, or somebody who decides to push an elderly Asian woman down, or it's like, really? Mm-hmm. This is what our country has come to. And like, as an Asian person, I am very proud to be Filipino. Mm-hmm. Like, I love it. Like, I'm the only one of my mom's 3 kids who was born in the Philippines. I love saying that, because I kind of hold it over my sister's head anyway, because that makes me her favorite. Sorry, Melissa. Sorry, Meg. Sorry about it. And you can ask Mom. She'll agree. And but like, I am very proud of that aspect, and I loved telling that to people, and I love everything about being Filipino. And for me, I don't think that I have a lot to worry about, because I'm a male and I don't look too Asian too. I don't have that Asian look. But like, for my mom, I worry about that.
Yeah. Well, she's over in Florida, right?
She's in Florida.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, is just a hot freaking mess of, that's why I left Florida.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, all of our listeners in Florida, but you've got to admit you agree, right?
Well, I think that they're just aware, but they're like, but it's so cheap to live here.
Exactly.
And the gators are great.
Right. And it's like, I worry about my mom and my sisters about that kind of thing, about being attacked by someone
yes,
like this.
a female and an Asian female.
Right.
You have the double whammy.
And the fact that the police are not even taking this seriously and just saying, oh, he says it's not racially motivated, so it's not. And it's like, no, that's not it. He doesn't get to decide how this plays out. Like, well,
obviously it's going to go to jury, right?
We hope. We'll see.
What? He committed murder.
I mean, and he's white in America, and he's 21 and a white male. Again, like 21.
Well, I mean, honestly, like Breonna Taylor's, the cop that shot her, that he got left off,
right,
or let off. So, like, I have so little faith in the human race, and that sounds terrible.
It sounds terrible, but it's also like, okay, I think we've all like.
But it's like, oh, another thing. Like at this point, we're so desensitized to all this, which is so sad because this shouldn't be something we're desensitized to.
Oh yeah,
this should be like an uproar,
right?
You know what I mean? Like back when Pulse, the Pulse nightclub, everyone's like, oh, it wasn't a hate crime.
Oh.
And people were like,
it's a gay bar.
I'm like, you sure about that?
Yeah. Well, but like you look at
the facts.
But you also look at the history of the U.S. and Asian people and Asian women specifically have all just been used as jokes. They've been used as, they've been made fun of because they're sex workers.
What is that? Caricatures.
Right. And then you look at our past with nuclear testing and against Asians and
wasn't there a thing where
camps.
I was just going to say, and like they were all confined in camps or whatever. And that was what, in the 60s?
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know the history.
I don't know the history.
It was recent enough.
it was in the last century or so. So it's like I don't know how to fix this.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do, but it's like it weighed on my mind today.
Absolutely.
So I felt like I needed to say something. Mm-hmm. And, if you guys have a chance, go check out some websites, donate your time, donate your money, donate to Stop Asian Hate. Mm-hmm. AAPI is a good organization to help out with that kind of thing.
And empower your friends and just be there, right?
It is so hard to see all this. I don't care if you're Asian. I don't care if you're Black. I don't care about any of that. I just wanted to stop because so much for everyone right now. Mm-hmm. Like everything we all have to worry about. Like on top of everything, we all have to worry about what's going to happen when we walk outside our own door.
Yeah.
So when you get a chance, just please do some research. Please give time and money if you can. Mm-hmm. If you can't, repost what you can, and get the information out there. Yeah. So people have it readily available. Mm-hmm. And if you see something, say something, do something. Mm-hmm. Don't be one of those people who just records.
Yep.
Can't stand that. I am not one to do that. Mm-hmm. I am like one of those people who if I see two little kids fighting on the street, I'm walking over there and be like, what are y'all doing? Why are you hitting her? Why are you hitting him? Y'all want to get hit? Obviously, if you out here hitting people, where your parents at?
I was just going to say, where your mom?
Oh, your parents just sent you out here?
Where the pandemic? Why are you out not at school? This ain't a Zoom bully meeting.
Y'all got masks on? I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
But I'm like, just do something if you see something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. My coworker Tiffany was telling me about this today, and she's like, should I email our HR people about this? And I was like, absolutely. Absolutely. I was like, do you want me to CC me on it or whatever? Like, do you want me to do anything? She's like, no. I was like, Tiffany, I am
email
here
about what?
About the Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Just like, hey, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
HR, because we're a big ass company.
Right.
It's called P&O, I think, like People and Organization, I think it's called. And she's like, oh, shit. I drafted the email and then I was really nervous. And I was like, Tiffany, I'm not physically with you, but I am putting my hand on your shoulder. And you, everything that you need. Like, I'm supporting you right now. Like, send the email. If you need anything from me, like, let's do it. Right. And then she's like, I did it. I was like, good. Get the conversation started.
Right.
Right. Because no one's going to have it unless people start talking.
Right. All right. So let me shake this off real quick.
Paul, I'm here for you. I love you. And I will always be here.
Oh, it just made me think of the New Kids on the Block. I love you for. I forget.
I don't know that one.
You know, NKOTB, New Kids on the Block. You don't know who they are.
I just remember that was like a band.
It was their first song. It was their first single ever, and it's like, I'll be loving you. There you go. That's what it's called.
Okay, well, there we go. In parentheses, forever.
And it was always Joey McIntyre who was singing.
He's in that?
He's the youngest one. And he was the one who sang because...
Wait, hold on. Scroll up. Joey McIntyre?
Yeah, because he was the young one, so he had the high voice. So he would hit all those high notes in the song. Okay. And like Donnie Wahlberg, like from Blue Bloods
my gosh.
was in it. You know, Mark Wahlberg's brother. But my favorite was always Jordan Knight.
Well, I'll have to listen to that later.
I'll be loving you forever. That's all I can say because I don't have to pay for the rights.
Well, there we go.
All right. So, how was your week?
Oh my
Besides
gosh.
all the other stuff.
Okay, actually, so like a lot happened this week. I'll make this quick because I'm like putting it into...
please do, because you know we're on a time limit.
Aren't we?
I mean, I will run this thing however long I want to. It's my show.
Ooh, run it.
Our show.
Run the world, Paul. So, I have a grill, right? I think we talked about my grill, right? I don't know, on the podcast.
Yes.
Why are you smiling like that?
We talked about my grill.
No, not my teeth. I mean, I have nice teeth. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for spending money on my teeth. But like, I don't know if I told you that I put it in front of my window and then it heated up so much that it cracked my window and that they had to come replace it and then I added it and like I had to pay for it. Did I tell you about that part?
You didn't tell me you had to pay for it.
Well, I like moved the grill and I was like, hey, my window's cracked. What happened? And she's like, they came and told it was heat. And I was like, okay. We worked out a payment plan. It's fine. But anyway, so the other day I was like, oh, okay, like, let's grill something. And so we grilled salmon on a cedar plank. However, didn't know you're supposed to do it on indirect heat. And then the cedar planks caught on fire in the grill. And I was looking at it. I was like, ooh, that smells really nice, right? I go to the grill, and the temperature thing says 800 degrees. And I was like, oh, no. I open it, and it's like, whoosh. And it's flames.
Maybe you shouldn't have a grill.
So, okay, thank you. I just got a fire extinguisher. Thank you so much. So, but like... The fact is, it was contained, but they don't tell you put it on indirect heat. I will say that the salmon cooked really well, and it was really good, and it had a nice...
It was charred. Was it blackened?
Yeah. Oh, it was. But it had a really nice smoky flavor.
So, did you also submerge the cedar planks for a while in water?
I did, for 30 minutes. But, so, after they caught on fire, I was like, oh, crap, right? So then I was like, okay, well, like, I have... like this pizza pan. Let me get that. And I put it on the, what's it called? I put them on the pizza pan and then it was on flaming. The fire, like the wood was on fire. So I was like, crap. So then I had to extinguish it with water and then it was smoke everywhere. So yeah, it was a lot. It went really well with the asparagus. So yeah, don't.
Did your pee smell after you eat asparagus?
Oh, it still does. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Was that yesterday? I think that was, yeah. I don't know. It seems like it was a long time ago. But it's burned in my memory. So yeah, then I watched a YouTube video on how to do it, and it's like, put it over indirect heat. And I was like, oh, okay. That was like the first step. It was like, don't put your cedar planks on top of the fire or they'll catch. And I was like...
Well, I would kind of think that would be...
Not if they're soaked. They said soak it, and it's fine. So I have no cedar planks, and they've disintegrated. So another thing, so I started playing fetch with Max in the back alleyway. It sounds kind of sketch. As I was saying that, I was like, But like you
Max
go
is
down.
not your pup. Is not your pup. He's your puppy. There's a difference.
Wait, what? What's a pup?
It's
Is that a drug dealer?
No, it's a sex thing.
Oh,
where people wear
yeah
dog masks.
Yeah, but I mean, like they do that in an alley.
They might. They go play fetch.
Oh my!
More than just
so
fetch that dude.
There's two parts to this story. So, I see. Yeah, that Folsom Street. That's what they do at Folsom. So I was in the back alley. Basically, it's like you have to drive down it to go into like the garage, whatever. So I recently started taking him off leash and playing fetch with him because he needs to get exercise.
Right.
And it's no one goes down that, and it's perfect. So it was at night, and I was like, well, he needs a light, and I don't have a light. And I was like, I have a bike light. So I put it around his collar, his red bike light. It was so cute. I loved it. I was like, oh my God. And he played fetch really well. But as I was walking back up, there was a car that pulled in. And I was like, that's kind of weird. That's kind of sketchy. Speaking of drug deals. And a guy walks down from the staircase in my apartment and like has nothing with him. And I see the guy go to the person in the car, the other guy in the car who's driving. The car stopped. And the guy goes and like hands him something. And then the trunk pops. And I was like, oh my God, I'm witnessing a drug deal.
Or
my virgin eyes.
They were getting rid of a body. That's why he popped the trunk.
There was some bad stuff happening in my
You
alleyway.
saw something. Did you say something?
I ran. I ran straight into my apartment and locked the door. Lock the doors tight.
If you see something, say something.
I mean, I'm not about
Joe.
to try and die. They were both white. So if they both killed each other, we were fine. We could lose a couple white people. There's plenty you see. So yeah, that was my week. And then also I had to buy crunchy peanut butter, which I don't like.
Why?
It's crunchy.
But I mean, why did you have to buy it?
Because I ran out of peanut butter.
And that's all the store had?
Yeah. I was like, I don't want no crunchy peanut butter.
So going to another store to find creamy was out of the question?
Well, I don't like going far. And I was like, ugh.
Okay.
Because like Smart and Final is like 2 blocks away.
Right.
And that's my people are Smart and Final. Like Lourdes, Deborah. I love talking to them
Oh,
at 7
shout out
a.m.
to Smart and Final.
Yeah. It really is the place to go to save time and money.
S&F.
That's what I call it. I call it S. Okay. That's all. That's my week. How are you?
Oh, good. So I worked at the restaurant today.
Which is also St. Patrick's Day, by the way.
It is St. Patrick's Day.
Woohoo.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care.
But, like, in the middle of service, I guess somebody was from the front of the house was messing with the computer system.
Okay.
So they ended up messing up quite a bit because all of a sudden we weren't getting orders. Orders were coming in that weren't correct. All this stuff. So it totally messed us up. Like, we had kale salads that were, 30 minutes behind because we didn't know we were supposed to make it because it came up as a smoothie.
Oh.
So I sent the same smoothie out 3 times trying to figure out where it's supposed to go. Oh, no, it's supposed to be a kale salad.
Wait, you were making smoothies?
Yeah. So it was just like the chef there was just, he was pissed.
It was a glitch in the computer system
That somebody created the problem.
Accidentally?
Yes, let's go with that. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and say yes.
Never do that.
But that's a good segue because, we're going to talk about careers today.
Oh my God, I know.
And our work history.
Work.
Work,
WERQ, Yas Queen, House Down Boots, Work What? Penny.
So, my first, I'm going to start off with this. Is this where you saw yourself when you were younger?
No.
Where you're at right now?
Of course not.
In the career that you're in?
Mm-mm.
And now, would you consider this a career or a job?
It's a career. It's also not where I would have seen myself 2 years ago.
And now, what do you do exactly?
That's a great question. It's like the most confusing thing to explain. So
especially when you explain.
Okay, I'm going to try and be succinct. So I work at a gene therapy company. We make drugs for babies so that they can actually have a quality of life from spinal muscular atrophy, which is disease, whatever, 90% mortality rate. They don't survive. So with that, there's quality control labs. So they do the testing of the product to make sure it's of, good quality.
Do you guys test on babies?
No.
Oh, okay.
Test on mice, though.
On what?
Mice.
Okay.
That's fine, yeah. So the quality control labs, they have a bunch of equipment and
PETA's going to come after you.
What's that?
PETA's going to come after you.
Go for it.
On mice.
Come through PETA. Well, it's humane testing.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like there's like thing, protocol or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
They're like registered with like the PETA, like not PETA, but like with the humane
Every time
animal
I say
testing.
PETA, I just want some bread.
Bread? I know. Oh my God. Unrelated.
Some baba ganoush.
Oh my God. I love a good baba ganoush. But like, okay, on that, we're going to, whatever. I ran out of, like when you get the pita chips at the end of the like bag, they're all like crumbled.
Yeah.
So what I did is I like threw it in some hummus and I like ate it kind of like a, I don't know what it was, but it was like a crunchy dip.
Look at you. Or like when you get that yogurt and they have the like the
the sprinkles? Yes!
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Yes! So anyway, so I work in the, I manage all of the software systems in the quality control labs.
And so manager.
I work, well, not really.
Oh.
I'm not a manager. My boss is a manager, senior manager. So, but basically anything that the quality control scientists use to test, I have to oversee anything that the software touches. So it's basically kind of software compliance. It's data integrity to make sure that like the data is sound, it's not wrong, and all that kind of stuff. It's not what I went for school for. It's not what I've been doing in my career. And if you would have asked me last year when I took the job, like, is this where you see yourself? I'd be like, I have no clue what you're talking about. I still don't know how to describe my job. I'm like, quality control information technology. That's technically my role.
Oh.
So, yeah. But I can't help you connect your printer.
QSIT.
QCIT, yeah.
QSIT.
QCIT, yeah.
Okay.
But we should be QCOT, and we're also going through a major reorganization, so I don't know where that's going to land. But yeah, that's what I do.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, lots of...
and then what did you go to school for?
I went to school for bioengineering. So... Oh, you're giving me a look.
I'm like, I want to say I don't know what that means.
So bioengineering, anything that's bioengineering related, it's anything engineering related to the body or like biological systems.
Could you make the vision?
Basically, yeah. I mean, I don't think that that's like anytime soon, but like robotics, like prosthetic limbs that are robotic, those are bioengineers do that kind of stuff. Oh. Yeah. It's drug design, medical devices, any sort of interface with machines and humans, like chemistry stuff.
Oh, she's smart, y'all. Okay.
We all have our
she
niches.
Got education.
Yeah, and whatever. I'll toot my tutor for a little bit, but I went to my master's degree is in tissue engineering, so like regenerative medicine. Oh. So like if you have like a wound, like wound healing and like reversing nerve damage and stuff like that.
Do you guys work on like lizard cells, like trying to get that into like human cells? Because
no, but they do a lot of
regenerate.
I don't know, maybe. But then it would be like the Spider-Man movie.
I would love that.
Okay. No, but I don't do anything I went to school for. It was kind of like a platform of like learning bioengineering and then applying it. Like I got straight into the pharmaceutical industry as my first job.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all, once I got into like my first, I'm saying real in quotes, my real job, it was all the pharmaceutical industry or like the medical device industry or like clinical testing. So everything related to like, when you go to the hospital or you go and get a piece or like medicine or whatever, it's all that process, like the manufacturing process behind making that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Not very sexy though.
I mean, I wear a lab coat sometimes.
And nothing underneath.
No, you have to because it's like safety protocol. It's hot in the lab sometimes. I wish I didn't have to wear anything.
Or you go through like the safe zone where they have to blast the air.
Oh,
and it's just like,
yeah. And you have to like, I've had to wear like the hazmat suits before, and it is so hot because you have to have like, it's like clean rooms and like you have to have like this % of like cleanliness. Oh, it's bad. Yeah. I don't do that anymore, which is why I like my job now because I don't have to go in a lot and I can do it all remote on my laptop.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So like what other jobs have you had?
Okay. Thank you for asking.
So
I haven't had a lot, but like other than my like industry jobs, I've worked as a camp counselor.
Oh my God. What's up at band camp?
Kind of. And then I was
what kind of camp was it? You can't just like throw it out there and not tell us what kind of camp.
Well, we're going to have to lob back and forth. I'm going to like you can't just be like a Q&A from me. We're going to like, it's a conversation. We can sprinkle it through. So like I've had a decent amount of jobs. Oh, I was a pizza delivery boy. Thank you for reminding me. I totally did not put that on my list.
Oh, okay.
Let me write that down while you tell me what you do.
Okay.
Well, because as we've all learned with the last year of this show, well, the last however long, like you started and then had like a couple jobs and then have since not. So remind the listeners.
Okay. So right now I am the marketing manager for an oral surgeon here in San Diego.
Okay, bitch. Marketing. Talk about manager.
I actually gave myself my own title.
As you should.
I'm the CRO, the Chief Retention Officer, because I also not only do I do marketing, but like kind of like HR, which is very funny for me. Because I was supposed to be that person who go, so and so said something and I didn't appreciate it. Well, what did he say? Like, he was making a sex joke. Well, tell me, what was the joke?
What was it?
I want to know if it's funny or not. Because if it's not, then he's in trouble.
Yeah.
But if it's funny, then But so like I do a lot of that, and what that means is 95% of work for an oral surgeon comes from referrals from dentist's office.
Yeah, I've always been confused when you kind of say that because you go and like have other like places that you go and market for, right?
Right. So I go to the dentist offices and I say, thank you for sending us your referrals. Here's some free stuff. Usually it's some kind of sweets, because I'll tell you right now, dentist offices, the people that work there are like sweet tooth hounds.
That's
like,
me. Should I work in a dentist office?
You should.
Okay. Are you guys hiring? Oh, you're not dentistry. Damn.
Right. Sorry. But so I go to them and I just thank you for sending us your referrals and try to send us more, blah, blah, blah. And I go to new places and go, hey, if you don't already have an oral surgeon that you work with on a regular basis, we'd be happy to help you out. And even if you do, if there's ever a time that, they aren't there for you, we'll be there for you.
Okay.
So I'm like, it's nice. And I have
kind of like sales a little, like you're selling
a
the
little
business.
bit. Yes. Yeah. So it's kind of fun because when I go to the dentist offices that regularly send us stuff, they all get a little bit of a smile when they see me coming. And it's like, they start waving.
Anyone that sees you coming would smile.
I know. I'm a ray of sunshine.
I know.
Okay.
You're a pocket full of sunshine.
Oh my God, Natasha Bedingfield.
Yes.
I didn't think I was going to catch that, right?
I did. I knew you would. I lobbed it to you and you hit a home run.
And as you all know, I work for SDCM, which is a restaurant group here in San Diego.
I was like, I don't know. I was like, who is that? That's new.
Their main restaurant is Kettner, and their new one is
Waverly. Okay. Yes.
And so I work in the kitchen as a line cook. I work in garde-manger. I work one day a week or so I keep my discount because I like getting 50% off of everything. And they all know it. They all joke about it because I've worked for them for, God, it's been like 6 or so years now.
Okay.
And like I put in my time.
Yeah.
Like my husband will tell you, there were times I was working 60 hours a week.
At the restaurant?
At the restaurant.
Oh my God.
And so, I had maybe one day off a week or something like that. And, I was doing everything I possibly could.
Yeah, that's
so I'm like,
much.
I put in my time. So like whenever there's a new person, okay. So there's a new person.
Yeah, tell me.
And,
wait, there is a current new person?
A current new person. And
are we going to name names? We can use code names. Give them a code name.
I don't know. I just don't like them. So it's
Brandon.
Yeah, there you go, Brandon.
Well, my friend Brandon is listening to the podcast. Maybe Barack
Duke.
Oh,
let's go with Duke.
Okay.
Because it sounds like Dookie.
And also like puke.
Piece of shit.
Oh my God. Dookie pukey.
So Duke decided he was going to have an opinion about me and was like, so are you not staying to help us get set up for dinner? And I'm like, no. Did you help me get set up for brunch? No.
And I
exactly. And I'm like, I looked over and I'm like, are y'all going to tell him what's going on here?
Is he young?
No. I think he's around my age.
Well, you're young.
Oh, well, ish. I'm adjacent.
You're diet young.
Yeah. So, but I was just like, excuse you? You don't know me. You don't know what I've done here. Like, I'm going to need you to back the up. Okay. I've had a bad day and you about to make it worse, so let's not. But it's just like, I do love that because whenever I go, because there's times when I'm like, I won't work like a whole month and then they'll see me for one day. And it is really like me going back to like old folks home, like kind of thing. It's like, it's a reunion week. It's like, hey, Paul, hi, give me kisses. Blah, blah, blah. We can't really do that right now because it's COVID.
Yeah.
But like, that's what usually happens when I go back.
Aww.
And It's great, but it's also like whenever they get a new person, they're like, well, who is this motherfucker? And I have to be like, well, who the fuck are you? Just like we should normalize saying that to babies.
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you? You know? I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
They look at babies look at me and I'm like,
Oh my God.
who the fuck are you?
Speaking of that, my brother and sister-in-law had a baby. That's what also happened. I totally forgot about that.
So next time you see him, when you go see that baby, be like, hey, who the fuck are you?
I'm gonna see my little niece for Easter. So
Perfect time to do it.
yeah,
Easter
Jesus
Sunday.
rose, and so did you.
Okay.
Give me a Cadbury egg, bitch.
So I am not a fan of Cadbury eggs.
I love them. My mom texted the group and she's like, "What do you want for Easter?" I was like, verbatim, I said Cadbury eggs, and then I sent a gif of Cadbury eggs.
There's something weird about the stuff on the inside. It just doesn't sit well with me.
It sits great with me.
Does it?
I'm trying to find the text message. Hold on. See, what should we do for Easter? And I put Cadbury eggs.
Oh, see, it's just weird.
Oh my God, it's so
a
fake.
Marshmallow
It's
and
sugar yum.
Okay.
Well, you know what? When I send me as a messenger to your dentist office with Cadbury eggs, and we're gonna all eat them. Me and the dentist people.
Okay. Well, so I know we're not supposed to watch Bon Appetit videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because, the whole thing, because toxic workplace.
Did they make Cadbury eggs?
There's one where they made a elevated Cadbury egg.
Was it gourmet pastry chef attempts to make a Cadbury egg? Was it Claire Saffitz?
Yeah. I don't know if it's Claire, but I know it's
we don't
Bon Appetit.
Okay, well then I won't watch that.
It's funny because they were like making their own marshmallow and all this stuff. So it's like, it's kind of interesting. The pastry chef's attempts to make gourmet Cadbury eggs. So you'll have to watch that one if you haven't watched it.
Well, you told me I can't watch them.
You shouldn't watch them.
Okay, well I won't tell you that and I'll do what is it? The private incognito browsing.
There you go.
So no one will know my history.
Okay, so I want to circle back to what kind of camp were you a camp counselor?
Okay, so it wasn't like a fun camp. It was a camp counselor for a Animal Rescue Foundation, and it was like a week-long camp. We didn't like camp. It was like they would come in at like 8 a.m. and leave at like 4.
Aww.
We called it camp counselor.
But did you get to play with animals?
Oh, yeah. Aww. I was technically a humane educator.
Oh,
I know. At Tony Lubris's Animal Rescue Foundation. ARF.
Now all of our fans who are into pup play are like, oh, I'm turned on now.
Rough, bitch. Bark, baby. So, but that was my first job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I turned 16 and my parents were like, we're not paying anything for you anymore because you're legally able to buy things on your own if you have a job. And I was like, oh, okay.
Not even food?
Well, food, yeah. They provided me the essentials.
Room and board.
Yeah. But like anything extra.
What does board mean when you say room and board? In that aspect.
I think it might mean the walls, the boards in the walls.
I think because when people say room and board, they mean like, oh, we'll pay for your food and your housing.
Well, room and board. I don't know what board means. Your student's meal plan? Board?
Oh, board stands for your student meal plan. Oh, I guess it's like your meal plan for you.
Oh my God. When I was in college, I had like the Flex Max, which was like, they didn't have like, it didn't give you like an allocated amount of meals per week or whatever, but it was like, here's just like a budget, and you would like swipe in or whatever, and it would like charge you. And then after, if you didn't use it, you would have all this extra money. So then I would just buy like a bunch of Pocky.
And now, for our audience,
okay, yeah, Pocky is so good. I love Pocky.
Pocky is very good. It's an Asian thing, so we're very much into.
Oh, and the little pandas that are filled with chocolate.
Oh, I love those.
Notice all the sugary sweets. But then I learned that you could actually buy gift cards. So then I bought gift cards, like $200 gift cards to Panda Express. Because we had a Panda Express
We love a Panda Express.
I haven't had Panda Express in a long time, and I'm pretty sure it would wreck me. But I kind of want to do it because that orange chicken with like the fried rice and then chow mein like mixed together. Ooh. There's a Panda Express around us, isn't there?
Yes, there is. I'm going to have it right after this.
We're all over the place, but like I've been having a lot of salty cravings lately. So I've just like I ate the pita chips with the hummus, and then I just ate a bunch of like tortilla chips.
Okay.
And I was like, does that mean something? And then my hairdresser, whenever I got my haircut, she was like, "Oh, if you're craving salt, it means that you're anxious, and if you're craving sugar, it means that you're sad." And I was like, "I crave sugar all the time." And I was like, I feel like I'm pretty happy. But I was like, oh my God, what if I'm eating something salty and sweet? And she's like, then you just fucked up. Anyway, so yeah, I was a camp counselor.
Okay.
At Tony Lieber says, ARF.
And then after that.
It was so that was my first job.
Okay.
But, and that was through high school. So I was like 16. So I was a sophomore up until, I think a senior. Was I a senior? I think so. And so I started at summer camp, and I was a camp counselor or whatever, and then went into like doing the same thing from summer camp. It turned into like humane educator camp or whatever, or not camp. It was like whatever, socialization and stuff like that, ARF 101 or whatever. And then I was like, well, I'm bored. I have nothing to do. Right. So then the following summer, I worked at a pizza place, and I was a pizza delivery boy, and I also made pizza. And that was kind of a fun job because, like,
were you hot and ready in 5 minutes?
No, it took much longer. It was Christopher's Pizza. Thank you for calling Christopher's Pizza. This is Joe. What can I get started for you?
Oh, listen to you with that phone voice.
I know. And then I would do that for Starbucks. Thank you for calling Clayton Station Starbucks. This is Joe speaking. How can I get anything started for you?
Did you work at Starbucks?
I did. It was my favorite job. We'll get into it. So, but no, I was a pizza boy, and they were like grooming me to be the manager, and I was like, I don't want to do this. I'm going to college. Like, what? And I was like, I'm giving my 2 weeks notice, and they were like, fine. But I would purposely like mismake the pizzas, because if the pizza order was wrong, they couldn't give it to the customer, and they would just like save it in the back, and then I would take it home. Like, there would be like vegetarian, and I was like, how did sausage get on here?
How did my sausage get on here?
Like, I'm not kidding. And they were like, oh, Joe.
My favorite is like, I ordered an extra large Italian sausage. Oh, and I ordered a pizza.
Yeah. I've had a couple odd jobs. What about, wait.
I love that joke. I can't.
Oh, wait. I'm going to see. How are you going? Keep going. About the sausage?
Yes.
The Italian sausage? And what else did you want?
Okay.
No, keep it going. Keep going.
So,
okay, tell me your odd jobs.
So
we know Universal Florida Studios or whatever.
No, so my first job actually was working at a Howard Johnson's.
What is that?
It's a hotel.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I don't know her.
They had a nice one over near Disney, and
he's thinking about this. The sausage. Did Howard Johnson have a nice sausage?
No. Okay.
But did they have pizza?
Yes, because I worked at the restaurant because my mom was the food and beverage director there. And so she hired me to be the cashier, the host, and the busboy, and I hated it.
The Howard Johnson, the hotel?
Yeah. But
do we have them in California?
Huh?
Are they here?
Oh, I don't even think Howard Johnson's are around anymore.
Oh, okay.
Hojo. Oh, they used to call it a Hojo.
Oh, that's what they used to call me.
Hojo.
They didn't. I tried to be a whole nothing word.
So, and I hated it because I was like, oh, this is too much work. I don't want to do this. And I work with my mom.
Uh-huh. You're like, I have to bust stuff.
I know. And she was like, did you finish this? Did you finish that? I'm like, woman, back up. I didn't like.
Were you 16?
I was like 15.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And then after that, that's when I went and got the job at Universal.
Okay.
Because I was 16.
Okay.
And it was across the street from school.
Okay.
So, because I went to Dr. Phillips High.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah. It's on the back side of Universal.
Okay. On the back side.
On the back side. Oh,
winked.
So I could walk from school to the employee entrance across the street and go to work.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Work.
I loved it. And that was like.
How long did you work there for?
I worked at Universal for like 2 or so years.
Okay.
Because me and my best friend at the time, his name was Mike, we got the job together, but then he got put in a different section from me.
Oh no.
He was in zone 2 and I was in zone 1.
Oh god. Ugh.
Yeah, because the park was
It's huge.
broken up into different zones. So like zone 1 was like all in the front, like Nickelodeon and the Hanna-Barbera ride and Hitchcock and all that kind of stuff. And then towards the back of where E.T. and Back to the Future and everything, that was zone 2.
Mm-hmm.
And he worked in Animal Crackers, which was the gift shop across from the animal show.
Do you like Animal Crackers?
I do like Animal Crackers.
So I like
and I
them
do
when
love
they're
the fact that they changed the packaging, so now the animals are free instead of in cages.
I like the ones that are coated in the like purple and pink, or is it pink and white ones?
Oh my god! Like the
sugar
they're like
ones,
they're like cheap and they're just like $2 for a giant bag of it. Because they used to have that in the dollar section at Target all the time, so I would like.
Oh, but they're good. And they have little sprinkles on them.
But they never look like animals. They're just blobs.
Oh, yeah. But they taste great.
They taste amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you put
them... circus animals. Oh, mothers.
Mm-hmm. Especially if they
do not look like that.
No. They don't look at that like that at all. But I loved it when they would like melt and then kind of stick together.
They're stuck together. And then it's like, I guess I'm eating 14.
I guess this is going to be one serving.
It's one. Yeah. Oh, the whole bag. Oops. Oh yeah, those are good. We're gonna have to when we live stream in Australia, getting Dairy Queen, and we're gonna have to get Animal Crackers and go to Panda Express.
Yeah, we'll have to put the Animal Crackers on top.
Oh my god, we can go to Panda Express before.
Oh my god, do you think Cold Stone Creamery like has that where they could do that, or a yogurt shop, frozen yogurt shop?
I love Cold Stone.
I do too.
Do we have one near us?
Yeah.
Where?
I don't know where it's near us right now, but like.
Look that up.
There is one.
For later. Anyway, so I'm hungry. I have not eaten much today, so this is not good.
I haven't eaten much either. And I work at a restaurant.
Well, you were at the restaurant today, so you're busy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a sandwich.
So we're going to circle back to Universal. But I did love it. And I was, and I did a lot. And I met a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Especially through work and stuff. And that's also what helped me come out.
Okay.
So it helped me find myself sexually.
Aww. By getting under other people?
Okay. But I'll tell you, my favorite was working in this studio store and the Nickelodeon cart and Alfred Hitchcock.
Okay, because it had cock in it.
Yes. And so did I. But I hated the recording at Alfred Hitchcock because when you're coming out of the whole thing, the Alfred Hitchcock experience.
Oh my god! Was it on repeat?
There was a video that repeated all the time.
Oh my god! I couldn't.
And I was just like, "Oh, okay, we're gonna listen to The Birds. Now we're gonna listen to Psycho. Now we're gonna do this." But I would love it because people would be like, "Do you have the shower curtain here with the mom on the other side?" And it's like, "Yes, it's right over there. It's $39.95."
Thanks. Come again.
Hated working in the camera shop.
What's the camera shop?
Because they used to have a camera shop where you could go and get like film and all this stuff up at the front. You were only busy for the first 3 hours of the day, and then the rest of the day was nothing because it was only when people were getting to the park.
Yep.
And then they were done with you.
Yeah, because they got all their film and they were done.
Right. And I'm like,
I would buy the disposable cameras.
And for those of you who don't know what film is,
yes, educate the children.
Right. Because before iPhones and digital cameras, you actually had to use this rolled thing, and it was called film. Mm-hmm. And if you opened up the camera before the film was done, or you didn't wind it back in, you ruined all of your pictures.
Yeah, because it basically was film that would react to light.
Right. And
then it would cast the image on the film, and then you would have to develop it.
Oh my God, you're so scientific.
I know.
Okay. So we're moving on from yours. So now you're like not at the pizza place, you're at Starbucks now?
So yes. So, well, let me tell you a funny story about the pizza place because I think I was saying they were trying to groom me to, yeah. He's still on the sausage.
Your extra large Italian sausage.
Yeah. I will tell you, I'm sorry, listener. No.
Okay, go ahead.
I would make a lot of pizzas wrong.
Right.
Well, but we also, here's another thing. We also did meatball subs.
Oh, I love a meatball sub.
I mean, yeah, well, a meatball sub and Italian sausage, like it's all there. So, but anyway, so me and my friend Ashley, we got the jobs together, and like I ended up being really good at like making pizzas, and they put her on dish duty, and it was really sad because she like
That is sexist.
I know,
because she's a woman, so she can't like.
Well,
make
this was
pizzas.
also in like 2000 and whatever, 5, 6. You know, back in the day, 20 years ago. No,
not yet.
15 years ago?
That's 15. Let's go
16.
15.
A decent amount of time.
Yeah.
So, but they wanted me to be a manager. I was like, no. I'm blah, 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 work school. But my favorite part was delivering pizzas because this was back before our GPS like was prominent. And I, as we all know, I'm bad with directions and bad with geography. So my dad got me one of those book maps that like, it's the spiral thing and you have to go to like the back of the thing and find the address. And then it tells you like the quadrants. Why are you laughing?
Because all I can think of is you arriving at somebody's house going, "Hi, I'm Joe. I'm here with your and I brought a pizza."
Sometimes they'd get wings.
Okay.
We're going to get past the pizza place, I promise.
I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
So, but I would
this probably
go and
has
deliver.
to be a 2-part episode.
So anyway, my favorite was delivering. Anyway, and there was one time I delivered to these people, and I had my pizza or whatever, and then I gave them my extra large Italian, right, and their pizza. But like I knocked on the door and it was like I had no clue where I was because it was in a trailer park, and like I had my little map thing and it was like, well, this is the address, and I knock, no one's answering. I'm like, well, I have the fucking pizza. What am I supposed to do? And these were big pizzas, extra large, and so it was Italian sausage. And so they finally answered the door. I was like, hi, this is Joe with Christopher's Pizza. I got your pizza. And they're like, what? And I was like, oh my God, like, is this the wrong place? They're like, no, I got it. I was like, okay, that'd be like $15, right? And then they're like, okay, I gotta get the money. I'm like, okay, this is kind of sketchy. He gives me a 50, and I was like, okay, let me get your exchange. He's like, no, it's fine. And I was like, okay, bye. And I ran away because I'm like, you were wrong. And I think they were like on something. I think they were high. But then I told the people back, and the rule was you get to keep all the tips that you make.
Oh, there you go.
And I was like, yeah, they $50. And they were like, what? And I was like, that's the rules. So yeah, but they're out of business. So,
well,
yeah,
there you
Christopher's
go.
Pizza did not survive.
Yeah,
but they had really good pizza.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after the pizza place, where did you go?
Then I worked at Starbucks.
Oh, okay.
So Starbucks was my favorite job I've ever had in my entire life.
Really?
Yes, because you wield so much power over people. And people don't think that. And I will tell you why. So not only like are people rude and wait, and like everyone needs to work in the service industry, I think, needs to work in either a restaurant or like some sort of job like that, right? To understand and appreciate that we're all human beings and don't treat me like I am not. So it was also just really fun because like I was 18 and like it was only like a 5-month job, 6 months or whatever before I went away to college. And talk about like music on repeat. Like they would have the playlists in the freaking lobby. And I was like, oh my God. But I loved it. I was like, oh my God, coffee. Yeah. Woo, party what? And then if there were any leftover pastries, we could take them home. So I'd always take home like a bunch of pastries.
Oh.
The donuts, everything.
So you were like, we're out of that.
I would always be like, oh my God. And it sucked because that was like before pumpkin spice season. So I didn't get to experience that.
Oh God.
I would have taken home those scones left and right. I was so mad. But anyway, so you wield a lot of power. And I say that because people go in, right? And they have a dependency on caffeine first and foremost. And you are going to give them that need, right? It's kind of like you're their drug dealer and they're getting their fix.
Right.
So there was this one time that this guy came in and ordered his like venti, like quad espresso, non-fat latte, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, okay, that'll be $5, right? Whatever the price was. It's probably not much different because Starbucks is still expensive. And I was like, I'm ready when you are. And he throws his credit card at me. And I was like, what? What's happening? And he's like, oh, just charge it. I was like, okay. Like, in my head, I was like, you rude ass motherfucker. So I was the only one like behind the register and on the bar or whatever. And so I was like, okay, like it'll be right up. And I proceeded to give him decaf and whole milk because he did not deserve that. So be nice to your baristas or they will fuck you up.
I'm always nice to my barista.
I know,
I'm
me too. But like I was nice before, so that's why like you have a lot of power. Like if people are I hope he had a really important meeting that he needed that for, and then had like some sort of lactose intolerance and had to shit his pants.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, people who are lactose intolerant don't really care. They'll still eat.
Yeah, that's true. They're like, it's worth it.
Like, let me have some cheese with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lactose intolerant, but that's okay.
They're like, I'll just be in the bathroom later.
Exactly.
Okay. Hey, you do you, boo.
It's like, hey, you gotta live your life once, you know?
YOLO. So that was my favorite job, just because like you're chipper, but also like it's fun. Like I didn't like the morning shift because everyone was tired. But like the afternoon shift was great because it was like, oh, are you getting ready for like your night job? Or like, what are you doing? Oh my God. But I would have my friends come in and I would give them free drinks. And I would like, I wouldn't like charge them, and I would see them. I'm like, okay. And so I would like I would make a drink and call out their name, and it was like, I would wink at them.
Stella.
Yeah. Rachel.
I have a large venti strawberry acai refresher for Stella.
Wink. The favorite was
I'm doing the wink.
The caramel. Oh my God, what is
caramel
it called?
frappuccino?
Not the frappuccinos. Oh my God, when they had Frappy Hour.
I love Frappy Hour.
Okay, but this was back when like the high school kids would be like, oh my God, frappuccinos, and like from 4 p.m. or from 3 p.m. till 4 p.m. it would be Frappuccino Hour, and I was like, I would make sure I wasn't on the bar for that.
Okay.
I'm like, I'll ring. Yeah, I got that. Oh, hey. Oh, another Frappuccino. So, yeah, that was my favorite job I've ever had.
Oh, very cool. Mm-hmm. So I worked at Taco Bell for like 3 days.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, I had left Universal and I was with my partner at the time, and we were living in a northern part of the city of Orlando. And I was like, I didn't know anybody, I didn't know what was going on, and I was having a hard time finding a job. So
naturally you go to Taco Bell.
Yeah. So
Taco Bell saves lives, so it's fine.
Let me tell you, that turned me off of Taco Bell for the longest time.
But are we okay now?
No. Like you have to boil the meat in a bag.
Oh. Before you eat it?
Yeah, that's how it's heated up. When it comes to you in a bag, and this is that, and the cheese and everything too is all in a bag. You boil it, and then that's heated up. So then you can put it in the pan so you can use it for the food.
Huh.
And I hated their cashier, like their registers, because they did not make any sense. I was like, this is not correct.
Sorry, ma'am, I'm new here.
So I'm like, after my 3rd day, I was like, yeah, I'm not coming back. Because then I got a job at Steinmart. So I was happy about that.
Okay.
Because I worked there for a while.
Okay. Which is what again?
Steinmart is like kind of like a Ross, like an upscale Ross.
Okay.
Or TJ Maxx.
Okay.
And I loved it because it was like, I worked with, it was in Altamont Springs in Orlando. And I worked the front, and then I got promoted to the assistant ladies department manager. I know, but I love it.
Is that the title? Assistant Ladies Department Manager?
Yes!
It wasn't Assistant Manager of Ladies Department?
No!
The Assistant Ladies Department Manager.
But,
please, can I call you that?
Sure.
Hey, Assistant Ladies Department Manager.
But I loved it. But I also hated it because I was like, women who would come in there would be like, I'd be working in the fitting room because somebody would be on break, and they'd be like, oh, there's a man at the fitting room? And I'm like, girl, you ain't got nothing I want to say. I want to be over the men's fitting room. Okay. I want to be, because they used to sell suits too. Oh. So we would have.
Oh, the inseam measurer?
Yes. I want to do inseams.
I'm here to measure your inseam.
Sir, I'm here to measure your inseam.
Can you put that away?
Else? No.
Sir, are you wearing underwear?
I'm going to go ahead all the way up. Okay. What is this? Get this out of my way. I can't get a full.
Can you tack things?
I wanted you to put that in your pocket, sir.
Thank you.
But also, there were these older women who would work from like 10 a.m. to like 4 p.m. And they would only sell the high-end stuff. And when I say high-end...
Are you talking about like Calvin Klein?
Well, I mean, it's like they would sell the party dresses and the ones with a lot of sequins and everything. That would be like a couple $100.
Okay.
Because they would get commission on that.
Okay.
So if I was ever seen talking to anyone or selling one of those items, it was like hellfire was rained down on me. Like, rain on me. Okay, so one of the girls at work at the desk at the oral surgeon's office, every time it comes on the Rain on Me comes on the music list, she's like, I thought you hated this song. And I'm like, I did. And she's like, now you love it. You're so gay.
I downloaded the music video.
Oh, right.
Right. And I clipped it. So in the beginning, because she's like, the first lyric is like, I didn't ask for the rainfall. So I clipped out everything except I didn't ask. So if like, I think of something, if someone like gives me unsolicited advice, I'll be like, I'll send them that clip. So yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, that's Steinmart. So, but it was really cool because I met a lot of cool friends.
And you developed fashion, right?
Sure. This was like 1993.
Okay, so you had shoulder pads.
So like, this is more like, cross colors and, what is it? Z Cavaricci's.
Oh, okay.
And stuff. So, it's a lot like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was great and it was a good job. So that's all I cared about at the time. So, and it made me manager. So that was kind of cool too.
Make it rain.
Exactly.
On you. Climb that corporate ladder.
So after Starbucks, where did you go?
Well, after Starbucks, then I went to college.
Okay.
So that was like a job. But I also worked while I was in college. So my first year I did I was in the dorms and they had this it was RHA Residence Halls Association, I think it was called. And I was a committee chair of publicity and finance. And so I had to manage the budget. I didn't do anything. And I had to put out newsletters. And I think there's a picture of me on Facebook that my hallmate took. And it was like, hi, I'm Joe. And oh my God, I'm going to find it, but I'll have to find it. But I did that for my first year. And then I got a job as an undergrad researcher. So I worked full time all throughout college, but I only made minimum wage. Okay. So I was studying, working, and then I did research all throughout college. And then after that is when I started. Oh, when I was a tutor. I forgot I did tutoring, math tutoring.
Every time I hear tutor, I just think of I think of the style of house. Like a tutor.
Oh, Tudor.
For
the longest time, I thought Tudor was two-door.
Oh.
And I'm like, a two-door house? Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's college.
Yeah, and that's kind of the bulk up to where I've gone now.
Yeah, so I think we are going to have to make this a 2-part series.
Well, because you have a lot more.
I do have a lot. I've worked it. Okay.
Oh, she's gonna work.
I work. I put in work. Okay, but also, did you see the Grammys? And did you see Megan?
No, I
Cardi
didn't.
B? You have to watch their performance of WAP.
I watched I think I sent you, or they did it with the chicken dance or something.
Oh, Dua Lipa.
Oh, yeah.
The Dua Lipa thing?
Oh, no, that was the one where it was it was to Miss Congeniality. Yeah. And it lined up perfectly. As we all know, I love that movie.
But anyway,
maybe I should watch that tonight.
Stick around for part 2.
Oh my gosh,
up.
We're doing a tease.
I know. Oh.
Part 2. I'll find more things I could talk about, I promise.
But we do appreciate you guys listening to us, and tell your friends. Make sure to like, subscribe, review,
and email.
Email us, yes. Or
we want
DM
you to tell us something.
Or if you're that close to us, you can also text us.
That's true.
But and I did want to say,
yes,
welcome to Bangladesh. It's a new country on our list.
My God, my roommate in college, Mohammed, was Bengali.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he taught me how to say the doodh in Bengali is milk, and goram is hot.
Oh,
that's all he taught me.
Oh.
Yes, see.
Oh. I don't know what Andy just said.
And they would always say choop. Choop was hey, choop, I think. I don't know. Yeah.
Interesting.
I always would say.
So, if you guys want to email us or DM us some of
job
your favorite
stories.
Job memories or stories.
Worst jobs.
If you ever had
or best jobs or the best blow job.
Oh, well, I mean, it's still work. You still putting in work.
You don't gotta go to work.
But like, you know, what if you had a crush on your boss or something and you want to tell us about it? Or if you've had sex at work.
I don't think I have. No.
I may have. You'll have to find out in part 2.
Oh.
All right, tuggers and tuggettes, that's it for this
next
week. Bye.
Special thanks to Andrew Smith and Nick Stone for producing the show. If you like us, please follow us at tugayspod on Instagram and visit us online at tugayspod.com. You can find us anywhere you can stream podcasts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know topics you'd like to hear. And always remember, stay safe, stay classy, stay sassy, and always stay a little bit trashy. See you next week.